everybody, Pinball Princess Jillian here for another great stream. Tonight, will be FunHouse, the 1990 Williams machine that everybody tends to love. Great pin. Oh, King Bag there. I see you said something about Monte Carlo. I don't have the Monte Carlo pin anymore. I sold that to a friend. But maybe we can go stream from his house at some point. I don't know why there's a ball sitting here. So let's clear that out. Facebook watchers, I sometimes have problems with Facebook chat coming up onto this monitor. So just to let you know that if you're chatting through Facebook, you're probably better off going to either YouTube or Twitch. Twitch is probably the best one to go to. So I'm trying to reroute some cables here to make the cable management of the rig better. So we're going to try doing this through the hub that I bought that's supposed to be able to handle 10 gig bandwidth. So we're going to see how that works, and we're going to go from here. So let's jump in with a game. Get yourself a hot dog. So, FunHouse, another Pat Lawler pin. Voice of Rudy is Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat, and not listed as part of the programming is Mike Boon, his brother. Ed and Mike still both work for Warner Brothers games because Warner Brothers bought. I need to shut that light off. Hang on. Because Warner Brothers bought Midway Games, turned it into NetherRealm Studios, and Chicago Midway was Bally Williams back in the day. So a lot of those guys are still around producing game content, but not pinball content. Feels a little unlevel. I'm gonna have to check that. So I don't even know if my phone's down here. It is! My phone is here! Thankfully for that. Hey, fuck off, play again. And she is off. This corner could come up a bit. That's closer. Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo's a good game. Marnie Craplow, as they call it. It's a heavy playfield to work on. There's a lot of stuff in that game to do. A lot to fix. still open, but I can't seem to get to that shot. Yeah, I know the trapdoor's open. It's great that the trapdoor's staying open now. I was having problems with that. There we go. That was dumb luck. Kids go nut for FunHouse. Okay, it does look like my Facebook chat is coming back into screen now, which is nice. I was having problems with that last week. So I did see Facebook chat come up over here. Hey Zookeeper, how's it going? Yeah, no, Monte Carlo's not the most fancy of pins, but it is a good game. It is fun. It's a lot of fun. Plus it has that great ramp. I mean, that ramp is, that outlane was bad. Now, Todd, you had a FunHouse, home use only, and you sold it. I don't know how you could do that. This one here, the playfield has an overlay on top of it that was not put down well, and it was not clear coated afterwards. So you'll notice the ball actually gets quite a bit of friction and stops sometimes. I just need to keep waxing it. Oh, we get to play on the steps again. Let's hit. No, that's not the one you wanted. Getting late. Oh, I'm getting a huge glare off this light bulb. Why didn't anybody mention that? Alright, well, we'll see how dark that looks when the, after we sink it in his mouth. I was broke, you got 10,000 plus tax and freight. Plus tax and freight. $10,000. Oh. Yeah, 10,000 for Rudy is it's a big price tag for him. I don't know. I think I paid $4 for this one. It needed some work. Oh, that was a rob. That whole ball was a rob. Robbed. It must have been robbed.
That may be the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, no one asked you. Yeah, I think I need a little more light on this game, so... See if we can bounce this light this way. No, that's not going to happen. I may have to...
That may be the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Alright, let's see. The back corner's a little dark. So we're back at 9 o'clock now. Ball one. light on, but it's just throwing a glare right on the pin. I gotta get better lighting on this pin rig. Yeah, I know. I saw it. My question for Todd is how did you know to buy this game? Of all the games that came through your place, why did you pick FunHouse and Big Bang Bar? You know, well, in Class of 1812, which we don't talk about. But I mean, how would you know when this machine came out that this was going to be a classic? I mean, this was pre, you know, this was pre-Addams Family. This is 1990. Oh man. Yeah, you just knew. Well, Big Bang Bar, you didn't. Big Bang Bar was a complete gamble. I mean, when you really think about that. I have another light closer to here. I may have to go plug in my desk lamp over here. Never realized how dark this was. And this is with LEDs in it. For those of you who don't know, my wife, Megan, she did not want me to do anything to this machine. Didn't want any mods or anything, other than what already came on it. She wouldn't let me put LEDs in it. I finally convinced her. It looks so much nicer. But I feel like the steps, the back corner needs some light. This is not going to be a good pinball night for me, I can tell. So I changed some things around on the streaming rig. Changed the monitor that I have mounted to my rig, actually, so that it was bigger. So it's a much bigger monitor over here now. I'm worried about the tripod that all this is on, you know, flipping over. But, let's just go for the points. So, no, Frenzy it is. And, wow, just jumped that gate completely, huh? Oh, maybe it's because I'm in Frenzy mode. Oof. What time is it? 11:30, so I just need a half hour to get him to sleep. Ah. Yeah, I mean, FunHouse is just such a great game. I may try to pick up a Red and Ted at some time. But I'm not sure. A lot of my friends think this is creepy as it is, so... I mean, Red and Ted, I think, brings the creep level to the next level. Because you get two talking dummies. So yeah, I was watching Rudy Soup earlier. Great streamer out of Ohio, who streams on Buffalo's channel sometimes. I think he's got a slot on Buffalo one night a week. Alright, let's do a game. Oops. Nope, match is costly. on earlier than I normally am. I'm usually not on till 11, but I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back on a good schedule. I have a phone call tomorrow at 11, and I'm afraid that if I start streaming at like 11 tonight, I'll be up till 4, and then won't get to sleep until 6, and so I figured if I just started a little earlier tonight, streamed for a bit. Tuesdays tend to be a good night to stream. We will be streaming Saturday from TNT with Todd again, so you can watch on both my channel and Todd's channel. Todd will be on his YouTube, and I will be here on Twitch. Man, I'm not getting anything on this machine tonight. It's being mean to me. So yeah, we're gonna start that around probably 3:30 on Saturday. Todd's working on some graphics right now for that, and wow, and that's pinball. Really starting to annoy me. Ugh. These outlanes are really starting to annoy me. Nope, not right there. Alright, let's go get a frenzy on the steps. Oh. Betcha Todd's home use only machine didn't do that. Mine, for some reason, if the ball doesn't hit that gate correctly, it just bounces off of it. And I have to figure out how to fix that. You know, I had a rockin' night on Addams Family the last 2 nights. You know, 700 plus million on Addams Family. New high score on the machine. Toured the mansion twice. And then you come over here to FunHouse and you're just Daria and draining balls everywhere you go. There's just nothing we can do about it. It's miserable. So this may just not be the good night for pinball, guys. But we don't play here to win. We play here to play. And so right now, I think that ramp's popping up. Maybe I just saw a problem. You know, I always view streaming as just inviting you guys in to watch me play pinball. So, thanks for coming over. And, there it comes. There it goes. Come on. There we are. Hey, Tim. How's it going? Playing some FunHouse tonight. Oh my word. If you can call what I'm doing playing pinball. This machine is whipping my butt. Of course I could have saved that, but I'm too lazy. Say no to drugs. Yeah, I think we need to light underneath the ramp in the back. Yeah, looking forward to streaming at TNT on Saturday. Always like the opportunity to go out there and be in a room full of pinball machines and pick some and play with different people. It's always a good time. Oh, it's bumping it off of that. welcome, guys who just came in from the Buzzroo stream. Welcome. Tonight we're doing FunHouse, which is a 1990 Williams pin. Great game. This one's got some little quirks with it. This is my home game that I bought a couple of years ago now from my wife. I'm Pinball Princess Jillian. You can watch me on Pinball Princess Jillian on Twitch or through my website Let's Pinball. Usually a pretty late night streamer, stream 3-4 nights a week. And then this Saturday we're gonna do a field goal. No, gonna do a special episode from TNT Amusements out in Pennsylvania. So. Yeah, Black Knight 3000 is a great game. See, it's doing that again. It's almost like the ramp is... I think that the ramp is unscrewing from the playfield. I can have it back, Rudy? Thanks, Rudy. I think I got a little problem up in the upper playfield. I think the ball is hitting those screws, because I think the screws are... The playfield's starting to strip, so I may have to change the screws out. I've been thinking of changing the playfield in this anyways, because the poor work that was done on it before. Come on, get in there. There we go. Yeah, Tim, I was talking to Todd about that. We're probably gonna stream Beatles, Jacks to Open. Todd wanted to stream the Bally Special Forces game, and yeah, so Beatles, Jacks, Bally Special Forces, and then we were talking about maybe doing like not a shuffle alley, what do you call it? A pitch and putt game there. What the hell do they call those? Come on, help me out, Todd. You guys are on. And then we were thinking of maybe throwing one cabinet. I know I'm not a retro game streamer, but I know there's a lot of people out there who are. And Todd does have a lot of cabinets. The one I do want to stream at some point is bags. Go ahead, everybody. Bags! But I actually, we make fun of the name bags, right? But cornhole is a game that a lot of people are starting to play now. My next door neighbors have regulation cornhole targets with his fraternity alumni thing on it, because that's what rich people do, I guess. So I think we should stream bags at some point, just because you've made such a hype about it all these years, Todd, that I think we should stream it. So a lot of people don't even know what it is. Emily! Good to see you! Outlane, just when I saw you. Yes, BK3000 is a great game. I actually didn't get a chance to try it at Pintastic either. And I have friends that have a Black Knight and a Black Knight. I have one friend that has a Black Knight and another one that has a Black Knight 2000. McSquid has a Black Knight 2000 that's, took Best in Show at Pintastic this year. So, bags! Todd, you're never going to sell the bags that's in the showroom, are you? Just for that reason. Here it comes, Biff. I'm Biff now. I'm not Bucko. I'm Biff. Gee. So, This is the part of the stream where I pick the rig up and go over to Adam's family, where it's going to be nicer to me. Hey, Lou, how are ya? Oh, come on. There we go. I was not going to let that happen. Come on. All right. Up the ramp? No, I guess we're not even hitting that. Oh, come on. Silver Strike. Which one is Silver Strike? Oh, I forgot to put the image of this. So that big blank spot underneath the chat window is supposed to be the picture of the FunHouse backglass. But I forgot to hit the button to turn that on. So I will have to do that. I ain't seen the likes of you. Hey, Mom. My mother is actually watching for once and able to chat. That's a first. Because normally... Dame's being mean to me. Mean. So tonight is a Come As You Are stream. And a Come As You Are stream, or a Play As You Are stream, is when I don't feel like putting any makeup on or taking a shower. So I felt like playing pinball. I felt like, you know, after the last couple nights where I was streaming and got high scores on Adam's family, like bust my records, didn't want to not stream and not have proof of it. Because in my friend circle, if you didn't do it on stream, it didn't happen. So come on, go around. Did you hidey hole it? There we go. Come on, I missed it. And I let it drain.
That may be the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
So for those of you out there, I am still trying to sell my Sopranos pinball machine. I have it listed for $3,800. For you streamers, I will drop the price down. If you send me a message, I'll give it to you for $3,400. It's in good shape. It's got a little bit of playfield damage down by the flippers, because when it was rooted, someone did not adjust the flippers right and wore Adriana's face out a little bit. Game plays great. It's got silicone rubbers on the flipper bats, brand new blacks everywhere else, whole extra set of rubbers with it, almost complete set of plastics. There was some plastics on it that had been chipped up, so I traded those out. I bought a new set, traded those out. The rest of the plastics are still there. And it has the Pinovation sound kit in it, so that it has external headphone control as well as volume. So you can raise and lower the cabinet speakers. You can also plug a subwoofer into it if you want. And that comes with it. That's $150 right there. And I'm trying to sell it because I want to buy. I have a friend who restored a Roller Games, which is a game that I also love. And you know, I've had Sopranos for a couple years, and although I do like the game and don't really want to get rid of it, there's only so much money that I have. Money is a thing.
But you know I don't have any money. It's why I have to buy on credit.
So if you know someone interested, it is listed currently locally on Facebook and Craigslist. Yeah, well, Tim, I mean, you're right, I should. But I'd have to pack it up out of the basement and bring it with me. Maybe Todd can sell it to me. Sell it for me. Todd, if you sell my Sopranos, I'll bring it down in the van this week, and we'll give you a commission on it. If you charge more than $3,400, you can have the rest. I don't care. $3,400 is really the lowest that I want to take for it, because really, to me, a soprano the cabinet's in good shape. You can get a replacement playfield for that, and a playfield swap in that, if you wanted to do it, if you cared, is pretty easy because it doesn't have all that GI. Oh, damn it! I just overshot it. It doesn't have all that GI wire that like this vintage machine does. Like a playfield swap on a FunHouse is a chore, because you gotta do all the GI wiring first, and that one, they're just sockets that are already, hooked up to the harness. All you have to do is screw them in, and the new playfields are already pre-dimpled. Okay, look at that. That trapdoor's working great. Thank you, McSquid. Someone clip that for me. So those of you on Twitch, you'll know that you can clip things and share them. You can't do that on Facebook or YouTube, but right inside the Twitch application is another reason you can use it, is you can go in and you can set a little clip, name it, and share it with everybody. And I can post them later. I usually post most everything that's clipped, as long as it's not too rude. Yeah, that ramp is literally separating from the playfield. Those two screws at the bottom of the ramp are the problem. Yes, money is a thing. It is a thing. Alright, ball 3. Oh, come on. Rudy hates me. He really does. This is my wife's game. And as far as I'm concerned, she can keep it about now. Oh, this is awful. This is awful. Well, at least I hit him in the face. Hey, Biff, you're up. Stadium lights are good, Emily, but they're just expensive. And I'm going to build a set of them just for streaming. And just magnet them to the top. My thing with the pin stadiums is they are expensive. And, the more light we throw on this playfield, I mean, here's the thing. I can throw external light on this, but I get glare. And that's really the problem here. And you can see this light bulb here on the playfield. And it's kind of distracting. Now, those of you who have met me should know that we are... I have a philosophy that anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So every light in this room is on its own dimmer, so that I can control the lights in here and make it right for everybody. Todd, you have a good night. I'll see you on Saturday. I'll probably show up at your place before noon, or right around noon. Yeah, the position is the key on all of the lighting stuff. I just think generally this machine is dark in that back left corner, and I don't know. I think I could probably just put a couple sockets in with some colored LED and brighten it up. Maybe an LED strip. Do you not realize where it is? It's in the hidden hallway. And I think the hidden hallway sign needs a light. I think the super dogs and all of that stuff. What was that? I'll tell you what that was. That was you missing a switch, computer. Oh, come on! There's something wrong right now. Doesn't like this. That's two switches in a row. It didn't know where the ball was. Did it fit? Yeah, you could fit. Nope, it doesn't know where the balls are. Well. Give me a second. Fuck. There we go. I slammed the door. Says it's missing a pinball. Did we lose a ball someplace? I guess we did. Now let's turn it off and on again. Yeah, it's a Williams machine. Yeah, I know I have one switch that's stuck right now. But where are my balls? Wow, it does not know where this ball is. This is always dangerous, guys. I am taking off pin glass in the middle of a stream. We know this never ends well. There they are. Alright, kick that one too then. I see it back there. Alright, kids, well, we're just going to open this up, take a quick look down there, make sure, because I can't see anything. I just want to make sure that this switches are hitting right. I can't get in there with the stream rig in the way, so it's going to have to stay for now. Yeah, I'm really excited about roller games. I like the ramps. I like the theme. I even like the theme song, which most people hate. And, you know, if I was going to trade anything out, when I look down the line in here, it's not much I would want to trade. I love Rack 'em Up. I love Royal Flush. I want to sell Soccer. I want to sell some of the EMs, but for some of these other ones, you know, the EMs, they're not that expensive. So if I want a $2,000 machine, it's just easy to sell one Sopranos and then get a Roller Games and take the rest of the money and put it into some mid-'80s game. I'd like to get my hands on a space shuttle or something like that, like the 1987 Space Shuttle. I think that'd be a great game to have here in the house. I'm excited to be at TNT this weekend. I'm gonna definitely stream Beatles, and Todd and I were talking about, I want to stream Jacks to Open, another 1983 Gottlieb game. It's the last rendition of Jacks to Open. It's actually under Maya Star's name, Mila Star. I forget how to pronounce that. Yeah, that's definitely lifting. I'm gonna have to fix those screws. Make it a flat bolt them down from the other side if I can. So, yes, Beatles can be streamed. So the music pins, YouTube has a little bit of a problem with it because their filters pick it up. But if you tell them, and hey Carmen, if you tell them and notify them that, you know, it is the theme of the machine is licensed, they'll remove that monetization hold off of it. Twitch doesn't care because Twitch is kind of stateless. when you really think about it. So that's why I get away with Meatloaf in the background and that kind of stuff when I'm streaming, is because Twitch just doesn't care, and I don't monetize on Facebook. Todd does monetize on Facebook, so he cares. But we're gonna do that. I'm gonna play Beatles. We're gonna play Special Forces. We're gonna play Jacks to Open, and then we're gonna look at some sort of arcade game, just for those retro streamers out there in the community, which I am not one of them. I do love retro games, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I really like the Beatles too. I like that it's kind of a retro game, that it has that old EM feeling to it. I would have been really disappointed if we hadn't there hadn't been a spinner in there and a lot of drop targets. I love spinners and drop targets. I wish if it had one ramp, it'd be the ultimate machine for me. I am streaming this Saturday. We're going to start probably between 3 and 4 o'clock from TNT Amusements. This time we'll be in the showroom, which will be nice. So Saturday the 10th at around 3:30, we'll probably be definitely online. We're going to stream from the showroom, so it'll be much more comfortable. We'll have some air conditioning this time. That ramp just moved. Yeah, that ramp is totally... I need to go to the hardware store and come up with some sort of nut-bolt combination, because it's loosening on me. And Todd did mention to me that someone is going to pick up their game on Saturday or Sunday, but he wants to come and stream before he picks it up, which I think will be great. I'm kind of excited about that. I mean, because this stream is all about the casual player, right? This stream is not, I am not by any stretch of the imagination a tournament player, ranked in any way. I did not go to Pinburg this past weekend because, you know, I'm not a tournament player. I'm a competitive person, yes, and tournaments are fun, but some people just take it a little too seriously, and for me, this is really about pinball. And me streaming is really just a way to socialize with more pinball people. And so, here we are. But yes, the next stream from TNT in Pennsylvania will be Saturday, the August 10th, and we'll stream probably for about 3 or 4 hours, starting at around 3:30. Probably actually going to try to get the stream online at 3, but that usually means you're not actually on a pin until 3:15 or 3:30 by the time you double check that all the gear is working. And I am changing the way my cameras get input into my computer, because I'm trying to I'm going to try to travel with a laptop in the future. Right now I'm traveling with a full computer with 3 monitors to make all of this happen. And I can't believe I just missed that shot. Let's get the, and I bounced off of that. I'm sure, Zookeeper, I'm sure there's going to be more pizza there. They do have a party that ends at like 2:15, Todd was telling me. And so once that's over, there'll probably be leftover pizza, but more than likely, that's why I'm saying 3:30. Because it's going to take us a little while to get everything up and running. Oh, I could have rolled up there. Stay away from the clock. Alright, I just need to get it up there. Thank you. So Emily, I'm currently using standard OBS. I do like Streamlabs OBS better, but with the multiple monitor situation, I was having some weird stuff going on there, which I'll explain in a second. It all has to do with Restream, because I'm streaming to multiple sources. Yes, I saw the face app where they aged Rudy's face. It's kind of creepy. All right, very creepy. Well, I'll forget the kinda part. It was very creepy. Get up that damn ramp. So, using Restream, Restream consolidates all the chat together in one chat window. And I really like Streamlabs OBS. I think it's a better version of OBS, but it does not have a plugin integration for Streamlabs chat. So what happens is I have a monitor here to my left. I can actually try to spin this over. So I have a monitor over here that has all of my controls here at the bottom for Streamlabs, has what I'm currently on, and then up here has the chat coming in through everybody, and I can see that Emily, you're coming through Facebook, and Wolfman's coming through Twitch, and this connects all my chats and consolidates everything down. And then I have my Stream Deck up here at the top, which makes it so that I can
That may be the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
and put some graphics on the screen. And so all of that is well and fine. The problem is that Streamlabs OBS does not support the plugins for Restream's chat consolidation. So because of that, I have to use regular OBS. I can't use Streamlabs. Although I like the Streamlabs interface a lot better. Yeah, I love the Stream Deck. I've had this for about 2 years. They make them in 3 different sizes. Tiny, this standard size, and now they have one bigger. I wish I had the one bigger, but I just have it Velcroed up here to the top so that I can push my sound files and everything. Restream is really great, tries, but it does cause some problems. Like sometimes, Facebook's chat is not reliable. Some days it works and some days it doesn't. Some people have told me it's because I'm broadcasting at 1080 instead of 720, and damn it, come on, I want the extra ball. I haven't even had any problems with it crashing. Never had a problem. Why didn't you register that? I just dropped it down I just dropped it down the trap door. It should have registered that. So I don't have any problems with it crashing. I just have a problem with the chat sometimes not. And it's a known Facebook problem. And they're telling me that you didn't kick all the balls. Yeah, I mean, YouTube gets persnickety sometimes. I don't think the machine knows where the balls are right now. I think I have bad connection someplace. I know I have a switch somewhere that doesn't always register. And I know which switch number it is. I just haven't pulled up the manual to figure out what to do to fix it yet. Yeah, I haven't had any chat problems with Restream other than Facebook going into a read-only mode and not reading me the chats. Finally, it launched all the multi-balls. Yeah, there's something wrong with... This might be the code update that I just loaded, which is years old, by the way. Alright. extra ball. Ugh. Yeah, I challenged you guys. Oh, Emily, you should watch 2 nights ago's stream with Lich. Let him see me whip Adam's family into submission with 700 and something million. Hang on, I'll tell you. Oh, I can't push the buttons on that one. Next time the super jackpot scores come around on Adam's family. Come on. Say no to drugs, everyone. Come on, go around. I want to see them high scores. 732,432,620. Yes, I was. Adam's family and I have been having fun lately. Having a lot of fun lately. I will say the one thing that is definitely not reliable about Restream is how many users are in. So Restream is currently telling me that there are no users watching, when I know that's not true. And the reason is because it polls on an interval, and sometimes the polling interval, it misses and says that there's nobody watching when there actually is people. And like it misses complete complete communities. I've noticed this when I've had 100 people watching. It won't show me 100, but it'll show that I have 10 on Facebook, and then a minute later it'll add the other 100 people back in. So, yeah. So, and I know there's a bunch of people watching on Facebook. Oh, Emily's phone died. Yeah, so Lich, 200. What did I just say? My new high score on Adam's family was 713 million. Was that it? No, 732. 732 million. Now, granted, not to pick on your machine, but my machine's in pretty good shape, so and that helps too. You have a lot more mods on your machine. All right, I'll put it to you this way, Lich. I toured the mansion twice in the same game. I don't know, something's not registering correctly on this machine, and I just put a new ROM chip in it, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Oh, I meant to hit frenzy. Now the question is, was that a skill game or a luck game? Because everybody gets lucky once in a while. Like the hair. No, I said this is a come as you are, play as you are stream. I did not feel like putting any makeup or doing my hair and scrunching it up. I just threw it up in a hair tie. Yeah, there's definitely something not right up on that switch. I'd be surprised if that's not the switch that has problems. Because it didn't even realize those balls were there earlier. So I gotta look at this machine. See, the good thing is, and this is the problem. The machines that I love and that I'm gonna keep, like this machine's never leaving the house. My wife won't allow it. They get the least amount of maintenance. Because I have no interest in selling them. This machine's never gonna get sold. So the fact that some little quirky thing, it doesn't take the top priority. I'm wondering if there's a connector that's just not sitting right someplace. have to look at this eventually. I mean, for the longest time, the safe wasn't working, so that was the thing that just made it so... so I wasn't playing it at all. Not the safe, the trapdoor. Because without the trapdoor, you really can't get a good high score in the game. Frenzy can't start. I mean, there's just not much you can do. And then stuff like that happens. Frenzy! Can't believe that just happened either. What was the other thing I was gonna do? Oh, I was gonna check this. What was that? See, yeah, this ramp is it lost a screw. Well, we might be done playing FunHouse for tonight, guys, because there's a screw hanging out someplace that I don't know where it is. This ramp has lost a screw completely. So I'm gonna have to fix this ramp. This should not be doing that. And that's probably why it doesn't go up there all the time. So this machine is going to get down for maintenance soon. What time are we at? 10:30? Alright, and I'll limp another half hour on this. And hope that screw doesn't find its way into something in the meantime. I'm sure I knocked it out when I pulled the playfield up to get the ball, and that's probably why the ball was sticking back there, is because there's a screw stuck back there. It's probably some switch that's not getting hit correctly. It's okay, I think I agitated the playfield enough when I opened it up to get the balls out that screw is probably sitting in the bottom of the case now. Yeah, I think the switch in the hidden hallway is locked up with something. I don't think it's sensing it, so... Now that I have to take that ramp off, which is good because I wanted to put LEDs under it anyways, I'll pop that out, put some LEDs there, because I see there's light bulb sockets there that aren't illuminated, which might be part of it. Alright, now it's kicking it, that's where the screw is, that's the problem. Well, thank you for that, Mike. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is just because I'm a casual player. I'm not a big professional. Don't get me wrong. I'll never say anything bad about Jack Danger or anything. I think what he does is fantastic, actually. But he's more of a tournament player and more of a hardcore pinballer. And there's a lot of us in the community that are just casual people. I mean, there's so many of us that only play tournaments because it gives us an opportunity to play pin. And, you know, I have, in this room alone, 8 working pins at the moment. I've got 2 more upstairs, and I got 2 more in the garage, and I got 2 more on the way. Actually, I might have a deal for you. I've got a friend who's selling a couple machines, and I'm going to buy them. I'm going to pick them up. Both Gottliebs. One's at Charlie's Angels. The Charlie's Angels, just so everybody knows, Charlie's Angels is a System 1 Gottlieb machine from 77, 78. But it is a solid state machine. But it is missing the system board. But the case and the back glass look like it's in beautiful condition. And Charlie's Angels is very interesting. It kind of has this digital chime box in it because they made it both ways. And the cabinet looks, and the playfield, everything looks like it's in good condition. But it's not a game I'm going to keep. And the reason for that is because the club here in Nashua, which has 40 pins, has one. So it's yeah, I think there's something stuck in there, Trice. We're gonna diagnose this after I I'm gonna check the switch back there because I think there's something wrong with the switch back there, and I'm gonna fix the ramp. But I'm gonna pull the ramps off and I'm gonna add lights when I do that. And then after that, we will stream it again. And is that ball 3? That was ball 3. I had a light extra ball sitting there too. All I needed was one more gangway. So I'm probably not going to keep Charlie's Angels, but there's the Panthera that's with it as well. It's a package deal, and the Panthera I actually want. It's a System 80 game. I know a lot about System 80. I have all the testers and everything. I have every single part I need to rebuild the driver board and all of that. And so I know the hardware, and as long as the playfield and cabinet are in good shape, I'm going to keep that one. Well, thanks for that. I mean, it's got to be great to be in your house where people are just playing pin all the time. It's very seldom nowadays that I'm playing pin without streaming, because the pins are down here in the basement, and Megan will be downstairs and what have you, doing her thing. So with her up on the main floor of the house and me down here in the basement, I think one of the next things I'm doing is putting an air conditioner down here. I moved my office down here, which is fantastic because now when I'm at home doing work on my computer, my webcam background is a room full of pinball machines. Should lock, right? Yeah, there's a problem with that switch, Tries. Look, it's sitting there, it registered, but it's not realizing the ball's there. So it's got to be the ball detect switch, because now it's going to kick it. You think that, but yeah, there's definitely something wrong there. It just kicked all 3 balls. All right, so that switch is definitely not registering correctly. Well, now I have to relock all the balls again. I'm switching the code version back too while I do this. Slow down. Shut up, Rudy. I gotta get it in that hidden hallway again. Wow, come on. He jumped right through it. Doesn't even... Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with that switch. So we're gonna have to take that switch apart. At a minimum. Well, the good news is I will be at TNT Amusements on Saturday, so if I do not have the part in stock, I can always steal it from them. Give me the extra ball. No, not that one. Something's not registering in there correctly. There's a switch that's wrong. We're gonna get in and I'm gonna grab my manual and see which switch it is. I mean, there's not that many of you guys on stream. We could actually try to fix it now. I don't think there's any hardcore people watching. Let me see if I can find my manual. we gotta finish this game. Alright, so that was ball 3. Yeah, you know, Mark from the Arcade basically did a ton of work to his Metroid home build machine. You know, did a ton of work to his Metroid homebrew machine on stream, which is pretty cool. I need to unscrew you quickly. There we go. Who was the dumbass who forgot to take the balls out of the machine? All right, let's get some light on over here. Now that I've done that, I need my magic flashlight. Not my favorite magic flashlight, but this one will do. All right. So, well, there's your problem. I was exactly right, guys. That screw popped out and is sitting in that switch. There's one of the balls. The other one's... Did the other 2 fall in the cabinet, or did I lose one off the side? I think the other 2 are in the back of the cabinet. Yeah, look, an Addams Family. Alright, so I have to figure out how to get that screw out of that switch. What's in this back hallway? Oh, and I see it. There it is. Well, that's the problem. Well, I'm going to call it simple fix, but I don't know if it's going to be. Getting onto it on stream is going to be the hard part. So, first step, let's get the screw out of the... I'll try to get you guys in here the best I can so you can see what's going on. I don't know if you're going to be able to. So, we're all the way down here. That's the problem. And I can see, when I come in this angle, there's a screw stuck in that switch. So we're going to try to pop that screw out of there. Alright, now it's on the play field someplace. Okay. Now that should make it so those switches register again. Which would be nice. Got 2 light bulbs back there that don't look like they're on. So there may be lighting back there underneath that ramp, like I said. But it may just not be working. Because I didn't take the ramp off to pull LEDs back there yet. Okay, now the question is, can I get in there with my nifty magnetic ended screwdriver? Can I get in there and catch it? Nope, but I can sure in hell get a screwdriver stuck in there really well. Oh my god, guys. Yeah, you just can't get to that certain spot. I just got a screwdriver stuck in here. Should have went this way. Well, I can see that the screw's no longer in the switch. Come on, screwdriver, come on. Well, kids, someone's really gonna want to clip this scene because this is kind of funny. I have now broken the flashlight, and it is now stuck in here. Now, as I was saying before, there's not a lot of light in this back corner, but now there seems to be. I'm probably gonna have to take off this entire upper ramp to get to this. Maybe not. Perhaps not. Okay, there's the end of it. Come on. Come on out. Give me the flashlight. Where are you? You're not there. Doing this on stream is going to be harder than I thought, kids. Just because everything's in my way right now. Well, that gate's wide open back here. That's probably hard too. Yeah, I have to take all this off. So, to do that, I'd like to be next to the machine. So, we are going to Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I need to move some cameras around. Move a rig around, so. Give me 1 second. Yeah, the problem at the moment is that I can't get the flashlight with the magnetic tip out of the damn way. I got it jammed in up there on the plastic. So, let me get this going again real quick. the stream rig, I unplugged something. So my cameras aren't coming back up. So give me a second. This is a fantastic stream, kids. Chat amongst yourselves. Let me give you a topic. Okay. So, now that all the cameras are back up, let me not break a sheet of glass like I always do when I take them off. This one here, I'm just going to get up out of the way and then spin it. Down here. So I have a feeling I have to take apart all of this to get to that now. So, I've got 2 screws here. Now let me get my magnetic pan. These things are great. You can buy them at Harbor Freight. They stick to the side of the machine so that you don't lose your little screws that you're pulling out as you're doing things. I'm going to need my nut driver sets. Yellow or green? Looks too big. That's probably right. Nope, green is too big. Not yellow. No, it's not yellow. I'm missing one? Just so everybody knows, there's a screwdriver stub right up here. Jillian's an idiot. And she got it stuck. Don't break that plastic trying to get it out of the dough. Alright. Yeah, I guess Rudy thought it was a hot dog. I kind of agree. Why'd you get yourself a hot dog? Well, just so everybody knows, Rudy was being mean to me before that anyway, so I don't have what I need to take that off handy. Which means I probably don't have what I need to take much of this off. So there's one screw there. Alright, let's take the top screw off of this one. And top screw off at this one. I swear to God, I'm going to break a sheet of glass on stream again. If I break a sheet of glass on stream, someone's replacing it. Because I can't afford to break any more glass until I get a job. Isn't that horrible? I'm gonna take Mr. Popcorn Maker off the top here. We got the long screw, you got the short screw. Now, this screw here should take most of that off. If I can get to these two little baby screws here, this ramp should come right up. So I've got the two baby screws. Got all of this. Now the problem is this ramp's in my way. And I don't know where that is. So we're going to cheat quickly. I'm going to grab this pair of pliers. I'm just going to loosen this ramp. I would not suggest doing this at home because this is how you round off lock nuts and things. But see, I'm just trying to loosen it just enough to get it out of the... I think I have to take the damn thing off actually. If I was smart, I would go to the garage. The garage is a flight and a half of stairs away from where I am at the moment, so being a little lazy there. Now when you put this one back, I'll tell everybody, when you put this one back, it needs to be put back right or it drops the ball in the out lane. And that is really annoying because you're hitting a ramp shot and then the diverter kicks over. Yeah, I mean, the only other way, so maybe I'll just do that. I'll make this easy. That looked like a yellow. I bet you this is far easier than taking that ramp out. Nope, I lied. Where else are you attached? No, yeah, I thought you were only attached there. There we go. Okay, so now, I still gotta take this piece out. So if you guys notice, I try to make sure that I put all of the as I go, I try to make sure I put all of the screws and nuts and everything into the metal pan as I go, so I make sure I don't have any leftover parts that I don't want to have left over. I really wish I had the right size nut driver for this. Must have stole it to do something and not put it back. So after this, I'm going to have to go upstairs and find the right size nut driver. That's annoying. Okay. Now this whole ramp assembly is now out of our way. We can now get back in to see all three of these switches. Kickouts there, everything there looks fine. And I see the screw that we lost. So, that right there was the culprit all along. Yeah, drummer, screw popped out that was holding one of the ramps in place. Got stuck in one of the switches, so the switch wasn't firing correctly. So, now the question is, why is that slingshotting when we're not touching anything? And this ramp here needs to come down because those screws literally are popping out. Now while we're in here, we're going to change some LEDs underneath these plastics. And to do that, I need my Phillips head. So I've got one right here that I want to get to, but this ramp's just a little in the way. So we put that one there. This is a ramp cover here. So I should unscrew this cover to get it out of my way. I really don't want to. This is when you start regretting stuff, kids. Because all I'm trying to do is get to that bulb right there. Because it's dark over here, because this bulb is out. Does anybody know if this is a socket or a push-in? Oh, fuck you. Flashlight. That bulb's out. Go to my bulb box. I'm not that organized, guys. I just have most of my stuff down here close by. Alright, let's test that. Let's test that bulb. Should be on GI circuit, so it should be good. Hey, there we go, we got light there. Now, from the bottom, I thought I saw some more bulbs back here. So we're going to check that out in a second. I see one more there, back here. So let's pop this one out. It's definitely blown. So I LED'd most of this. But because I was lazy and did not want to take all this plastic up, I didn't LED the back of the playfield. And so that's why it's so dark. I wanted to bet there's probably a couple more under here. So let me test that theory real quick. These are probably reds. Nope, yellow. Good. So I'm guessing under this plastic there's one or two more bulbs. Bubs, as our friends at TNT Amusements say. Okay, yep, there's one more here. Fantastic. This is going to light that area up a whole lot more than it was. Now you could go in and put bendies in here. You could go in and do whatever you wanted. Seeing this is Megan's machine, I have to use soft white. So in Megan's machines and all of my EMs, I use soft white LEDs. I get them from the only bulbs I actually buy from somebody other than like Comet or one of those guys is these. I buy these from Pinball Life. I use them in anywhere that is a EM or a game that you want to look older and more original. I have a tool for this. Hang on. So, the sentence that I didn't complete was, these bulbs come from Pinball Life. They're the cheapest bulbs that Pinball Life sells, and they work great in this application. They are not non-ghosting. I can't get this one to fit this socket. Damn it. and they're the cheapest ones you can get off of Pinball Life, literally. So. It's just a tight little fit for my chubby little fingers, guys. Because I can get it in the socket, but I can't get it to push. Oh, it did. I got it in there and twisted. Excellent. All right, so let's put that plastic back on. And that one is here, like this. Gently pop these plastics back in as we go. Now, the question becomes, is there any more underneath anything back here? And I don't know. I don't know if they would bother lighting these. Oh yeah, there's 2 more bulbs underneath that, guys. So, if I can get to... I can definitely get to this one. That was a tall one too. Wonder if this will fit in here in this socket. That lightens that up quite a bit. Now the problem is I have to move this ramp here to get to the bulb on the other side, and I don't know if I care that much. Yeah, I usually go with the soft whites. Most pins before 2005 shipped with soft white bulbs, and so that was the way that they were supposed to look. That's the way they were designed. Now, I'm not a purist, so you know, I'll just say that I do like trying to keep it original and authentic, but I'm not against it. One of the things that was interesting is like I have mods on my Addams Family. I have a color DMD on my Addams Family. All of that stuff, right? So I'm not a purist of you should have it the way it's shipped, but I think it looks really strange to have EMs with ultra bright white lights, white LEDs. It's just they're not supposed to look that way. And here's the honey hole. There are 3 underneath this plastic, all of them burnt out. I am going to tell you guys, what I'm doing right now is a bad idea. You should never ever change light bulbs with the circuit on. There is a chip that you can blow in Bally Williams machines of this generation for doing exactly what we're doing, shorting out the GI lighting. That being said, you know, Jack's not the only one with danger as a middle name. I don't know. But I like keeping things as close to original as possible. That's why I use frosted LEDs on the top of the playfield, and then underneath I use bright whites for the inserts, and I think that looks the best. But I definitely like the look of the more natural, more authentic original. Now I don't know if there's one under this back corner, so I'm gonna unscrew that. Just gonna lift this plastic up. I don't know how I'm gonna get to this back screw for this plastic. So there is a bulb under there, guys. So we're gonna unscrew this best I can, and then yep. I need to get to this back screw, and this screwdriver's too big. Let's see if I got a stubby. stubby flat, but I don't see a stubby Phillips. I think this one here is going to be too big to get in there, too. All I need is a quarter turn out of it, I think. Oh, there we go. That should be enough to... There we are. So, the two things we were complaining about. Was that switch not kicking out correctly, and it being really dark in this back corner. Now, we've solved the really dark problem, and we think we have solved the other problem, which we don't know yet. And this is where you guys on stream get to help me out. Where did I just put the Phillips head screwdriver? Not this little stubby one. Oh, there it is. But the real one. We still have not fixed the fact that the ramp is not screwed in anymore. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, plastic. Socket to fit there. Alright, so we have replaced, unless there's some around the back of Rudy's head, which, by the way, there are. Alright, so that plastic comes off with two yellow screws. Let's shut you off to save some battery. Okay. So this plastic here we need to get to. That looks like a yellow. I think it's a red. Let's try that. Yeah, that's you. Okay. Now, pull this plastic out of the way. And I got two bulbs back here behind Rudy's head. I'm also noticing that half of Rudy's head is not screwed in. And my guess is, and that's because last time he was taken apart, it was against the ramp and you couldn't get it back in. Now, I'll take a vote if I should try to find a screw to put in him, or just leave it, because if I haven't noticed by now, probably doesn't matter, right? Did notice this post here is not put in very well, so we're going to straighten that up. We are going to fix that post. Now, that plastic, which is right here, let's get it back in here correctly. There we go. Put you there. So this back corner is going to be a lot brighter now. Didn't realize we were missing so much GI light back here. I'm going to try to hand tighten this one. Yeah, and it's an oof right now because I do not want to take off the ramp that goes around Rudy's head. That just seems like a pain in the ass. We're got a lot more light. Now, putting this sucker back together. So first things first, I want to make sure I get this ramp right where she's supposed to be. She's right there. And it's gorgeous. So that, as you can see, is a lot brighter than it was. Now you were just tucked under here, so you are on there like that. So now, I got one long screw. And I don't remember where that one went. But I do remember what this one was. I have a feeling the long one was back there. So this is loosened up under the play field. That's okay. I'm still screwing to it. So when you get to a point, you need a wrench or something just to grab that rod, because this is essentially, damn it, forgot. Maybe this was the long one because of that. I don't remember how popcorn was on here, guys. It's got a little hook off the side of them. I mean, I guess I can put them in here any way I want, right? Try to tighten this back ramp down first, I guess. So I'm going to put you, let me get a screw. Oh, that's right. I have to do that first. I took a screw out over here. I need to get back in. That goes there. This goes here. And you go down on here like that. That's you. Now you can go on. Someone remind me before I put the glass on that I do have to replace this bulb right here. She does not want to come out of her socket at all. Over to my light bin. Now for these bulbs up there, I actually bought some 555's bulbs in yellow because we might be playing bags. Yes, I haven't decided yet. I don't know, I think that I don't know. I think with a condiment it might look better on it. Actually. A little bit of spit to help the bulb going. There we go. That's fine. All right. So let's get back to getting this all together correctly. Everything there looks good. Everything up here looks good. I think this is supposed to have that big long one in it. That's what she said. Okay, that goes to you. Well, look at how much brighter it is back there now that we did this. I'm glad we had to pull this all apart, actually. Usually dread doing things like this. Alright, according to this I got only a couple parts left to screw back together here. You know this one needs to get into here, and that needs to get into there. And this one here goes to here. With Miss, get yourself some popcorn. So, how do I want to thread this through? Yeah, I think I want to come behind it and around it like that once or twice. Just to get the slack out of that cable. Okay. Now the bracket is there. Little residual magnetism. You usually don't use magnetic screwdrivers, but that was kind of helpful for a second there, wasn't it? Okay. And start spinning. There we go. Now once this is in here, I'm going to just place it where I want it. This is one of the only cute little toys that was on here. Alright, so the last thing I want to do here is if I'm going to change out those. No, that looks fine. I'm going to leave that for now. I'm not going to deal with that yet. So, get all the tools off the bench real quick. Alright, so I've got one more thing I need to do, which is going to take me a couple minutes here. And that is to get this ramp set back where I want it. Before that, I need to screw those two screws for this ramp into the playfield. Now, I'm still not sure what to do about the front of playfield there. Now, this. Now this has got to be over as much as it can. I'm going to go get a socket for this. I'll be right back. Okay. And I should have found a 9mm socket. But I was cheating and just saw this nifty 9mm wrench there. Thought that would be easier. Better if I had a 9mm nut driver. I don't have one handy. Well, thank you everybody for sticking around and watching me repair pins. Always a fun time here. I do need a drink. So we're getting there. We're getting it there. You know, I'm gonna take this little bump post out of the way for a quick second here. It's in my way. FunHouse has so many of these useless tiny plastics all over the screen. All over the screen. It's all over your screen, yes. Word. What are you connected to? No, that's not coming out. You do need to clean some rubbers in here, though, huh? Well, the goal here was to tighten this down, so let's just keep doing that. So yes, tonight instead of playing FunHouse, we're fixing FunHouse. We did play a little earlier, found a problem, fixing a problem. Okay, let me back this up just a little more, make sure I've got this right where I want it, right there. Very nice. The only problem now is this. I'm just going to wipe away everything on here. We stirred up a lot of dust, some broken bulbs, all sorts of cool shit here. I'll wipe it all away. Pick it up here. Now the last little step on this that I'm going to do tonight, before we go back to playing, is to make sure we cleaned everything up nice and got everything off. I'm actually literally just going to throw a little bit of mill wax down. Put it down in the main areas for tonight. This doesn't need a full waxing. This is really just kind of me, because we had a broken bulb, making sure we get all the glass off the play field. You can feel it and hear it on the rags when they put a little wax on it. So this is really just about making sure that the areas we're in, and I could have done it while the thing was unscrewed, but I kind of like doing it after. I should have done it both, but I'm just going to give that a minute. I look at this as no different than waxing a car. I know other people have different philosophies on how you wax a play field. You know, just throw wax on it. You don't do this. You need little cloths. You need this. Everybody's got their own way of doing things. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that we got any glass, dirt, anything out of it so that it doesn't fall down into the mix. Is really all I'm trying to do here. Just give it a quick little cleanup. Make sure that it's clean. The ball's not going to take a piece of glass and scratch something, get it jammed in a switch like that screw did, or anything like that. So now I still need to put 2 screws down here, but I'm not sure if I want to yet. So I'm just going to wait for this to off gas a minute. This stuff smells like hell, just so everybody knows. But now our plastics look good. Our it should clear that. I don't know how this was put on before. So our plastics look good. Lights look much better in the back of the game now. The last step we need to do is find our balls. Jillian was an idiot and forgot to kick the balls out. So I have a nifty magnet on a thing here. And oh, that's not it. You never know what you can find in a pinball cabinet in my house. Alright, there's one of them. Fishing back here some more. Okay, so I don't see the other one in the cabinet. I think it fell out. Damn it, I am totally going to break this damn glass. So I think it fell out of the cabinet and rolled on the floor, and I see it's underneath Adam's family at the moment. Okay. Quit playing with the clock. Okay. So, let me quickly put all my tools away where they belong. Key to staying organized is putting stuff back. If I don't, it all gets lost. Thank you for the follow, Switch 3 TV. We're actually just doing a little bit of maintenance because we noticed some problems with the machine during the stream. So we're just taking care of those, and hopefully I'll be back to streaming in a minute. So to summarize, we noticed that a switch was not registering. I looked and I saw there was a screw missing on one of the ramps. Now there's 2 screws missing on that ramp. And decided that we should get the screw out of that switch because that's probably the problem. We did that. Noticed that while we had that open, there was a lot of LEDs a lot of regular light bulbs that had not been traded out to LEDs in the back of the playfield. We traded out all those for LED bulbs. Back of the playfield is lit really nicely now and looks great. We quickly put everything back together, wiped down the playfield, and I think we are in pretty good shape to give it a test game now. Final step for me, always my final step. Clean the glass. Now, I just have to find the rag that is for spray away. I'm going to get back to playing. Loaded the balls back into it already. Hit that real quick. That. Okay, let's give it a test. Before I do that, let me get the DMD camera back where it's supposed to be. Keep in mind that this is not back on the line where it's supposed to be with the rest of the games, so we'll have to. Oh, well, that's a problem. Okay, my camera's all the way over there. This camera, you look like. Yeah, you look like janky shit, but that's okay. We're just gonna do a quick practice, and we'll move it back. So much brighter, guys.
Hey, buddy, you can have it back.
So, I'm using currently two 922s. Alright, registered correctly, kicked it correctly. We might have fixed the problem. Alright, that ramp definitely needs to be screwed down. That did not register or kick. Ramp is good. Again, kicked over the kick out on that ramp. I feel like there should be a plastic there keeping it in. So yes, 922s. I use the Logitech 922 1080p, 60 frames a second for those. My face camera is currently a 4K GoPro, so GoPro 5 Black. That's what used to be the overhead camera, but it was too wide of an angle, so I moved it around. See, now this side of the playfield seems dark. Like, did I miss LEDs over here that I should have done?
Hey, buddy, you're up.
There might be one there. Yeah, there is. I think there's one there. There's probably one in the back corner, too. Looks so much better. So much brighter.
That was no accident. Look out, buddy.
Hey, Mom. So, yeah, got to watch me change light bulbs on a stream today. It's not locking up there. After this game, we're going to reboot the system. Yeah, 922 is the best bang for the buck. I'm going to move over to Sony's soon. If you look on, I have them on my wish list. I think you can get to that through Twitch. But yeah, I'm going to buy a couple Sony 1080p 60 frame camcorders. They're like $200, and I think that's going to really do a better job because I'll be able to zoom in and everything much easier. Ow! That was no accident. Yeah, the front of that ramp is not screwed down, but it needs to be. But I'm going to try to find the right combination. Almost missed that one, but get it out of here. Get it up there. Gotta shoot it in his mouth. Yeah, you could probably do that. I also have a Nikon 7000 that I occasionally use. Now, the thing with some of those, Emily, is even though your capture card, I have a 4K capture card in line for the GoPro. The thing I'm going to warn you about is a lot of... see, I still get a test report. I wonder which switch it is.
Come on.
Swifties, 55, Super Dog. Was 55 and 65? Is that what that said? $55 and 65. Gonna have to look up where those switches are and see what the problem with those are. One of them was an Opto, which is very interesting. Optos never go in this game. So a lot of the times, yeah, lost my train of thought there. Sorry, Emily. So, like my Nikon D7000, great lenses, shoots 1080, but the output of the connector output to your HDMI is only 720. So you got to be conscious of that. You might think you're going up, but you need to make sure you're doing 1080 at 60. You've got to make sure you're doing 60 frames for the playfield. Even if you have to turn it down to 720 to do 720 by 60. See, it's jumping in there for some reason. I need to look at... And it didn't just kick it. It's having problems kicking the ball. Oh, because the ball was literally on top of the kicker. That's interesting. Yeah, I just shot it in the trapdoor and you didn't register it either. Yeah, there's definitely something weird going on. Like that should have locked. It's jumping right over the switches, I think. Gangway! Yeah, so you gotta really make sure that your stuff is actually, you gotta do 1080 at 60. Because if you're not, you can't see the ball. So I still have two switches that aren't behaving correctly. Yeah, so I gotta push this back. Oh, I can leave it out. I need to push it back in line. Nope, I can't do it that way.
Hey, bucko, you're up. You're up, bucko.
Up, bucko! Gotta get this back in line with the other machines. Just take a second. The best advice I can give to streamers is invest in a good rig with all of the pieces you need to get the cameras right where you want them easily. Because that is what I think makes all the difference in the world. Let me just hook that around there. All right, well, I can get that camera a little further back for you guys, so. There we go. And now my face cam. All right, how's that, everybody? I'm gonna shut the light off behind me. Let's get back to it. So it's 20 minutes of midnight. Did a little work to the game. So, yeah, it shouldn't be jumping over that. I'm gonna have to read up on that one. Maybe there's a plastic or something that's not positioned correctly in there. Unlimited million is lit. And I missed it. We're at 10:25. Go play on the steps, bucko. Yeah, light show's much better now. I know the door's open, I just hit it, but it didn't register. Okay, good, that went to where I wanted it. That was lame. Still think there's something wrong with the kick out over there. At least I can see it now. So you caught it that time. I feel like there should be something there to make the make the ball stay. It's getting late. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you feel like a million. Let's play two and they both go down the drain. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Sometimes I wonder if you're too cynical, even for me.
Really? You think?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Bang! Okay, so that ball is in there. There we go. It just didn't slide down. Yeah, those are my sounds. They're from the TV show Daria, and so I have them here
Why are you so weird?
on my stream deck so that I have things to push and do. And I feel that there's a lull in the conversation. Now the bottom half of the playfield seems so dark because the top half is so bright now. Oh, that just hit something in the back there that it shouldn't have. Oh, I wonder what it just hit. Alright, we gotta do a gangway. Alright, it's gonna kick from me. Oh, that's fine. Okay, maybe it just... There is a bumper back there, so... That just rolled in. I will, if you let me. Yeah, I think Adam's Family looks nice modded too. I think you guys over modded yours. You guys have like every mod under the sun on yours. Yeah, see what I want is, I want a gold edition, an actual numbered gold edition. And that one I will leave pristine and new. The one that I have here, it has, I think there are certain mods you have to do to an Adam's Family no matter what. You need to light your three scoops and where things ramp is, even though I don't even consider it a ramp, it's just a chute. So you need to do the yellow and green for the ramp there, that thing chute. You need to do the red and green for the bookcase. You need to do the green for the swamp. You need an extra light in the swamp. You need a fester in the chair, and you need the red and yellow underneath the chair. for extra lighting. I think you need those as a minimum. The polar bear rug over the bear ramp is nice to have. The train off of the train ramp is nice to have. And then just some other lighting in places, you know, is nice. I actually light things box, so when Thing comes out, there's a flesh tone light that comes on in his box that helps light him up a little bit, which is kind of nice. You know, I have a spotlight on the bookcase, which is blue. I have some spotlights in some other places to try to lighten up, because it is a pretty dark game. But, you know, some people go wild with putting a cousin it, you know, where it is, and a phone over here, and a safe over here. Oh, I also do the decals. I like the decals. Oh, that was complete Daria. I do put the decals on the bookcase as well. Definitely need decals on bookcases. It makes it look so much nicer. Instead of a blue or red piece of plastic, you know, you decal things box, so you get rid of the red box, and then you do the cover the blue with the stone ramps. You see, that didn't register because it didn't stay there. So you lit something on the steps. Thought we were pals too. Yeah, I mean, I think you can make your own pin stadium lights relatively cheap. They're just LED strips on a piece of aluminum with some magnets. I mean, yeah, a poor man's pin stadium. I don't think a lot of people. I think a lot of people in the hobby can do it themselves, but I think there is a fair number of people that don't maintain their own machines, buy new Sterns, and it's just the way it is. And for those people, I can understand why they wouldn't make pin stadiums themselves, because they want it. It's all about the professional look. Me, I just like adding lights to games, but I think I would get a set of something that I could put on particularly dark machines if I'm streaming at TNT or something, and there's a machine there that hasn't been redone, but it's an older machine, and you know, it's still got bulbs in it for the moment because they haven't restored it yet, you know, all of that kind of stuff. I think a set of poor man's pin stadiums would be nice. But I've been working on my streaming rig because right now, I mean, I have this great giant monitor hooked up to my rig. But what I ideally want to do is get this down to a laptop, because I am carrying a PC around because I want to use the encoder from a good video card so that I can do 1080 at 60 frames across the board. And so at the moment, I have a computer that is in a very small case, made to go do LAN parties. They actually call it a LAN case. There's another Daria for everybody. Let's swing too late. So I want to get it down to a laptop so that when I travel, I don't have to carry 2 monitors, a PC, and the rig stand and everything. This game looks great now on stream, doesn't it? Glad we did the lights. Glad we finished the LED set on this. I think there's a couple that I'm missing still. I was trying to hit that stand-up target P by Superdog. Which it just nailed, but it didn't. Here we go. There we are. Now we got my stuff lit. Yeah, the laptop is going to be important. But I want something with a really good video encoder. So I want something with like a 1070 or 1080 card, and that instantly puts you over 2,500. And where I'm gainfully unemployed at the moment, that is not on the priority list. But once I get a job, we'll see when the dispensable income comes back. Shouldn't take too long. And then I'll buy a laptop. And then ideally this rig would be very easy to travel with, because what I'll do is, because I have this whole tripod with a bar across the top, and all the cameras are mounted to the bar, and then I have an audio mixer and the Stream Deck over here with me, and the computer and the other monitors are back there. So when I travel to Todd's, I take the computer, a couple monitors, not my big 32 inches, the rack and this, and it all goes with us. If I could just do it with a laptop, that would save me the bulky PC and a monitor. I would still travel with the one here on the stand. But if I went to the local pinball club here in Nashua, I would probably just take the laptop and the rig, not take the stand. I'd take the stand and everything, but not take the extra monitors, and just get myself a laptop mount for the pole here. Yeah, that's much nicer. And have the laptop just on the post here. And so I wouldn't need this big second monitor. Although, for any place I was going to do a big stream, I would probably take it anyways. Oh, it almost went in. Alright, so those switches in the back are working. I have a feeling the switch underneath the safe has got an issue. Because I don't see it, not under the safe, under the trap door, because I don't see it registering my trapdoor shots. Like that right there, that should have registered and it didn't. So I have a problem with the switch underneath the trapdoor. So I have to fix that next. And then it said something about an opto for Superdog. Now, I don't know what opto there would be for Superdog. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, okay. There's an opto up there. Oh, okay. So I probably screwed something up when we had the thing on. So I gotta fix those. I'm not doing it right now, so we're gonna write them down. Everybody, give me 1 second. I gotta find the right pad of paper. It's not that one either. Alright, well, I'm gonna start a new page to this one. Alright, let's go again. So, last things to be done to this machine, screw that ramp back down, which we already knew. Superdog ISO and, or Opto. I would say ISO, but it's actually Opto ISO. It is technically an optical, it is an isolated circuit. If I remember correctly. You know, do Superman as your 3-cam stream. I'm telling you, I do have another camera that I could stick on Rudy. The problem is you got to take the glass off to really get into his face, and the camera that you put there to get into his face gets in the way of the overhead camera because you see it like right here. Yeah, I know the door's open, but it's not going to register. Watch. Not going to make it there anyways because you stink. So yeah, I am going to actually build a web page about my streaming setup and what I think the ultimate streaming setup should be. Oh, did you have problems in the truck moving yours? That stinks. I mean, you rented that damn truck with the lift gate. You brought enough equipment with you. Thought I had an arcade in my basement. But you guys are also into the retro arcade cabinets and things. Far more than I am. The thing with those is you can pick those up a lot cheaper than pinball machines a lot of the time. Oh! Black Hole's a great game. I remember the first time that I saw you guys streaming. You were streaming Black Hole, but we couldn't see it because you were having problems with it, with your cameras. But I'm definitely gonna. I have on the bottom of my stream in Twitch, people should see a gear kit webpage where I've been putting together what I think would be a good kit. I'm going to put it together in a couple different ways. I'm going to put what I think my next gen kit is going to be, as well as what my current kit is. I'm going to have 2 separate kits there for that. 3 balls in the shoe. That should do a midnight. Okay, so these switches in the back are working correctly. Really the only problem now is the trapdoor's not ready. The trapdoor's working, but the switch isn't registering when you hit it. And the Super Dog ISO opto is not working, which is fine. Yeah, well, I'm in the same boat, because when you actually look at the machines I have here, I only really have 5 machines that I stream regularly. And then I usually go to other people's houses to stream. That's why I'm trying to build a more portable rig. So, I mean, you'll usually only see me stream Sopranos, Addams Family, Funhouse, Rack 'em Up, Royal Flush Deluxe. Very rarely do I go down into... well, you know, I do have Revenge from Mars and Star Wars Episode 1, which are going to come down the basement soon. That one's still in the dining room. The EMs that I have, I keep acquiring EMs because I love them and they're cheap. But I need to stop doing that because I tend not to do anything with them. I have a Space Time, 72 Bally Space Time down the end. Really fun machine. It doesn't get enough use. Because it doesn't get use and it's an EM, you know, coils and things start to stick. I love my Pro Football, not this year, but probably, yeah, maybe this year. I'm going to retheme that to be Patriots. Yeah, I'm often trying to stream less streamed machines. That's why I don't stream a lot of the newer stuff that we have at the club. You know, because so many people have those Sterns. Man, it keeps just throwing it to the oven. Well, it is past midnight. So I will probably, I don't know, a couple more games before I go to bed. See, that would have made it up there if that ramp had been screwed in. A lot of the energy got taken up. My advice about building the pinball club. You need to find space cheap. And that's really what it comes down to. The community will come. You know, it's one of those things that if there is a need, if there are people who want tournaments and don't like the tournaments at the local bars now, there's definitely a need for a pinball club in your area. The question is, and you guys, where you guys are, you can probably find cheap real estate. But, you know, the real estate is the expensive part. The pins will come. People will bring their pins and put them there. And it's just, do you have enough of a league that you could run to keep people coming? I mean, the pinball club here in Nashua is $30 a month. There's about 40 machines. They're I mean, damn, that sucked. I think the newest machine there is probably a probably the Metallica. They've got a Metallica. They have a few Sterns. World Poker, Metallica, Kiss. Not NASCAR, but something else in that generation. So, you know, but those everything in the club is not owned by the club; it's owned by people, and their exchange for their membership is to put a certain quantity or caliber of machines there. All right, Rudy, you make me unhappy too. See, you kicked that ball, but you don't know it's there. Yeah, 1,400 to 2,000 square feet is probably plenty of room for a pinball club. You know, but the important thing is to make sure that the building's secure and that the rent's cheap enough that the membership can cover it. I was on the board of directors of a hacker makerspace here in Nashua. We incorporated and all of that. And at the beginning, it was really hard to make rent. And so it's something you have to look at, because whose name's going to be on that lease, and you got to make sure, you know, you're going to be able to keep up with it. But the thing with that is, 2,000 square feet's enough. People are usually surprised on how much, depending on how it's laid out. But quite honestly, if you have a room that's 2,000 square feet, it's a big room. My whole basement's 1,000, and I could probably fit. I mean, I've got 10 pins in this room, and this is kind of narrow, but I could fit 12. I could fit 30. I could fit 30 pins in my basement. My basement's about 1,000 square feet. It all depends how it's laid out. Stop playing with your food. That's what that's called. Flipping back and forth off of flippers, trying to get it to go someplace. Just get it someplace. Stop playing with it. Not much I can do there except bump it. But yeah, it's getting late. I do have a phone call tomorrow morning at 11 that I need to be coherent and awake for, so probably going to call it a night. Tomorrow is Wednesday. My plan is to stream tomorrow night. And I probably will not be streaming Thursday or Friday, but I will be streaming Saturday from Pennsylvania, TNT Amusements. Okay. So we're going to do a special stream, probably 3:30 we'll be fully up and going, but feel free to tune on around 3. You'll probably see us in there chatting and getting cameras put together and things. What did you hit? I mean, that should not have done what it just did. No, I shouldn't have just done that either. Nah, 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 nah. Flip after the fact. Rudy, we're not pals. In fact, I hate you. I'm gonna do whatever I want. One more game, because that was ball 3. I'm wondering if it's getting hung up on some wires that I didn't tuck in the right spot. Gangway! Nope. Yeah, 2,000 square feet's more than enough. You'll do well with that. You really will. I always wait till the FunHouse light turns back on. Okay, let's stall that one there. Alright, one ball's down in there, the other one... There we go. See, it's jumping right over that. Did I forget to put something back there correctly? I'm gonna check that when I screw that ramp in. Just to make sure there's not supposed to be a protector over it, because I think there might be. Like maybe I didn't slide a plastic back right. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Find out next stream. Yeah, we're gonna be streaming. I don't know when we're gonna stream tomorrow. I might go play Rack 'em Up. Royal Flush Deluxe. Hey Hope, how are you? I was actually just about to get off. Playing some FunHouse tonight. Did a little work to it in the middle of the stream because we were having a couple weird things. A screw popped out and got stuck in a weird spot that was causing some play issues, so we took care of that. We replaced some light bulbs because not everything was LED. We've isolated 2 more little problems that I think one of them I just created. Yeah, well, it is 12:15, and I do have to be up and coherent for 11 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I know the door's open, but the trapdoor switch is not registering, guys. So there's no use there. Oh, it didn't make it up the ramp. I had a special lit. Oh, of course it didn't change. I had the special lit. Rudy, you're not funny. Rudy, we're not pals. Okay. Well, this one's Megan's, so I can't sell this one. See, it went in the trapdoor, but it didn't register. The trapdoor switch must have something wrong with it. I'm gonna have to go into switch tests and test her out. See if I can figure that out. Which pins would I never sell? So this one's Megan's, so I can't sell this one. I would sell my Addams Family only if I bought a gold edition. And I will probably never sell Royal Flush Deluxe. It was one of the first games I ever bought. And it's just in beautiful condition. It's just a beautiful game. So I would probably never sell... What a waste of a ball. Did I hit a thing? And so I would probably never sell that. Everything else is pretty much one more game. This is for hope. Ain't seen the likes of me. How did it even go down that way? Everything else is pretty much up for fair game, I think. But I think, you know, if I had it my way and I had to get rid of everything, you know, I think Addams Family would be the one. And I think it's just because it's a game that I love to play, no matter what. It's a game that I can casually play with people. Like, I can walk up to it with people and explain to them, and it's easy for them to get a multi-ball or to do something and feel like they, you know, make it feel like they did something, as opposed to some of these other games, especially the older EMs, which were just coin hogs, and so you just lose instantly, you know. But yeah, definitely Addams Family FunHouse. I don't think you know, that being said, I don't know if I would sell my Pin 2000 or not. I mean, it doesn't get a lot of use now that it's up in the living room and all the streaming gear's down here. And I need to get a video splitter for the screen so that I can take an output off the back to get the screen live into the stream. So I haven't been streaming it much. Once that comes downstairs, I think I'll start playing Revenge and Star Wars a lot more. It's So I might not sell that ever. That depends. But definitely not Addams Family for me, not Funhouse for Megan. And probably not Royal Flush Deluxe. One more. We got one more and that's it, Emily. So, seeing this is going to be the last game, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out and watching me play pinball in my basement. We'll be back on tomorrow night, probably sometime after 9 o'clock. She shouldn't even realize the ball's there. What is that? That's a switch hit that you're not recognizing. I'm starting to think maybe a harness in the back box is loose. Come on, get some bounce in there. Don't just come down the drain on me. Yeah, I love Williams machines of a certain generation. Everything, I don't know, everything between 87 and 95 is a winner for me. Yeah, and Star Wars and Revenge from Mars, they were totally ahead of their time. And I'm proud to have both of them. I have both playfields in one cabinet, and so glad that I picked that up when I did. I mean, because, you know, when you think about it, we as human beings, I'm a better person today than I was yesterday. And I kind of believe that about a lot of things. So when you look at what Pin 2000 was, it really was the culmination of so many years of pin development. And there it is. Those two machines have to be the best, right? So, you know, and the playfields were designed by good people. I mean, both of them are good games. Revenge is a lot of fun. It's just hard to stream because the camera doesn't really pick up the hologram effect that well. So I'm going to need to get some sort of splitter for the VGA that goes between the board and the monitor in it in order to do it well, I think. So I'm going to call it a night. It's 12 o'clock, 12:20 now. I do have to be up in the morning. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, staying to the end. We'll be here again tomorrow night. Probably sometime after 9:30, 10 o'clock. Stream on through till 1, 2 in the morning. I'm going to take Thursday, Friday off. Friday I'm driving out to Pennsylvania to go to TNT, so we'll stream from there. Saturday afternoon, probably starting between 3 and 3:30 is my guess. We'll definitely be up and streaming by 3:30. So, yeah, tomorrow I don't know if we're going to do... I don't know what I'm going to stream tomorrow. I may just slide it over to Rack 'em Up. And then I probably won't stream Thursday, Friday, because there's some really good streamers streaming Thursday and Fridays, and I just don't have the energy. I'd rather watch some people stream, actually. I do enjoy watching people stream too. So, thanks for joining me. We didn't get a lot of play on this game, but we got some maintenance done, which was great. I got a list of stuff to do, so hopefully I'll get those taken care of and check out these switches, and hopefully it's just a wire disconnected someplace. Say no to drugs, everyone. The game says so. And again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will all see you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out in my basement. Bye.